All right, guys, before the video gets started, I just want to say we want to do a quick raffle for you guys. Every dollar spent on the website, boosted.ride.com, and the link below for a shirt, keychain, poster, and all the posters we are going to sign, both Jason and myself, will get you a entry into winning a part of the Death Trap, being part of the Boosted Ride Club, guys. And it also helps support your boys, because we got a little bit of work on our hands. We got a motor here with no oil pressure, little to none, and we also got a motor here in the Death Trap that's going to need some serious amount of work, I believe. It ran 13 seconds with no oil pressure. So, every dollar spent, an entry to win this fender. We'll pay for the shipping to get it to you. But yeah, boosted-ride.com, keychains, shirts, posters, and we'll even sign the fender as well. All right, thanks guys, back to the action. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you guys didn't see the previous episode, we went to Cleetus & Cars in Bristol, where we not only smashed the Death Trap up, which we'll be seeing here shortly to showing up, and we also took Phoenix there with no oil pressure in the motor. Well, little to none. But today, we got to get the shop cleaned out because obviously we left in a complete disaster to get to the show, and even finished up the stuff in the pits at the event. So we're going to get this all cleaned up, get unloaded. We got to get the motor pulled out of Phoenix. We got to take a look at Death Trap, and I'll show you guys what actually happened there. And just kind of give you my thoughts on stuff. I don't want to ramble on about it, but I know there's a lot of comments in the last video. We appreciate all the new subscribers from that video, so we want to get to the action here. Alright, so I want to start off with the Bristol Cleetus & Cars event. I know a lot of comments in the previous video where everybody was saying the pad was too small, you know, too many things going on in that pad, and I agree. You know, I do think the pad was kind of small, especially for us high horsepower vehicles, but you know what? I would have went out there regardless, and I understand there's always a chance that we're going to destroy our stuff. That's inevitable. It's going to happen eventually. Now, I'd rather have it be a mechanical issue, not a damage issue. What I think happened, in my opinion, because I've watched the footage back several times thinking, did I cut the corner too sharp? You know, did I turn too quickly? Everybody was playing demo derby with the barricades, and, you know, they got pushed out. I didn't pay attention to it. It's probably my own fault. You know, I wish they were reset. So when I went in, did the 360, and went to get back out of the second 360 and head back out to the entry pad, I looked out my window, and I seen the barricades were parallel with the truck, so I let off the brake and started heading out, and then boom, that's when I creamed the barricade going the other direction that was, you know, hanging out 12 inches because these were pushed back. It is what it is. We'll fix the truck. I think it's going to need a fender, grill. The worst problem about the whole deal is the dry sump belt fell off, and I probably looked at the footage. I bet I'll look at the log when it gets here, but I bet there's a good 10 seconds that I was just hammering on that motor, and I did not want to give up because obviously Bristol was the biggest event. In my opinion, backing up is a major point drop or even disqualification in Australia, I believe. But I was going to go full send anyway, so I slammed into reverse. Terrible thing to do. I know Cleetus has done it, James has done it from Build, Tune, Race, destroy stuff. It's a chance you take. And then I was going to take back off. That's when I looked down and seen that there was no oil pressure. So we got to look at that. But that's my thoughts on the pad. You know, of course, I want a bigger pad. You know, I want to have that long entry chute. I love to just, if you guys watch my videos or if you go back and watch other ones, every time I go somewhere, I'm trying to always get those crazy tip-ins for you guys. And that's what I love about it. You know, Lynchy, the Castlemane Rod Shop boys, all those guys, just, they're so wild over there, and that's what we want to do. They're an inspiration to us. So, like I said before, we got to get the vehicles here. Jason will be showing up with them. We'll unload. The plan's going forward. The LS motor is going to get pulled out. We're going to re-dyno it. We need to pull it out. Obviously, we ran it quite a bit with like 5 pounds of oil pressure. For Death Trap, we're going to pull that motor out. We could look at the clear view, but we've done this in the past where we looked at it on a pulling truck, looked great, ran it, blew it up. So there's never a true sign. I mean, it's a good indication looking in the clear view, which, you know, you pay good money for that. But we have a little bit of time. We're going to pull that motor out. We do have an event coming October 8th. I'll put more details on that coming up here soon. And we'll check that motor out. I'm not sure if Death Trap's going to go to this next event, but definitely Phoenix because we need to get some trials in before we go to Cleetus & Cars in November. So enough rambling on. When Jason gets here, we'll go ahead and unload them, check out the damages, and then we'll go from there. Well, there's the sweet rides back home. So like I said, I got to finish cleaning the shop here so we can get them in. Camaro's not going to stay here, but I'll keep the 2 trucks here so that way we can work on those. Put Phoenix on the hoist first and probably have to shove the Death Trap on the other side. All right, let's unload, Check damages. Hoping for the best.
What are we doing here? Somebody hit you in the parking lot?
Little fender bender.
No good-o.
I'd say no good-o.
Well, let's hear the fuckers run anyway.
Oh, we're gonna start this one even though it's got 5 pounds oil pressure. Back it inside, and we're just gonna push the death trap in. My belt came off for 15 seconds, 10 at least. And I don't know, that guy just didn't seem to be letting off the throttle at all.
That be you?
That was me.
We gotta show him something.
I was trying. You know what something is?
What? Something in your hand? Something that ain't there?
So I'm still working on cleaning the shop here. It's been a couple of days. Got a few things cleaned up, but I had to go ahead and pull the laptop out because I wanted to know the bad information. So as you can see here, this is the start of the run. I revved it up a couple times, cleaned out the truck, and then we started the run here. RPM, oil pressure follows right with RPM, and yes, we do run substantially high oil pressure. Probably should be turned down. We've got, I don't know, probably won't focus, 100 and, well, we can probably see it over here, 145 psi, and as you can see, we're going through the run, and when we got back to about in here, boom, hit the wall, and oil pressure just dropped. And then I would say, you know, you got 70, 75, 80, 85 clear down here. I know it's hard to focus on this with the camera, but, you know, figure 15 seconds there that when the belt got hit, or the front end, I should say, and the belt came off, to here at the end, a good 13 seconds with no oil pressure. I mean, it looks like there's some just because I'm sure the sensor was probably reading something on it. But yeah, literally, once it hit there, oil pressure dropped. That's when the belt was gone. Not good, not good. Well, enough looking at logs. Now it's time to actually assess the real damages. And I should start with the death trap, but Phoenix it is. We're gonna go ahead and pull this motor. I wanna see what we got. Pinched O-ring, maybe the dumbbell thing going by the oil. Feed line down the side of the block is pushed out. O-ring, I'm not sure, but let's go ahead. Let's roll the time lapse. Let's get this baby pulled out, and then we'll decide if we're gonna tear this one apart or get the motor out of death trap first and tear them both apart. All right, roll the action. As you've seen there, we went ahead and got the motor pulled out of Phoenix. So that's back up on the hoist. Went ahead and slid the death trap back underneath. That way I can use the forklift and we can get out of here with the forklift out into this open area. My dad went to go get his pickup right now since mine's still hooked to the trailer. And we're planning to take this over there right now. Get the, I don't know, basically whatever we can. Pull the pan off, pull the heads off, intake, tear it down. Do we got a rear? So on the back of these LS, if you know anything, there's one of those dumbbell things, whatever, that could be an issue. Could be the sump pickup O-ring. That could be cam bearings going out. We don't know. We won't know until we get there. Obviously hoping for the best because I think we do have major issues on the death trap, like I said before. So hopefully this one's an easy fix. Again, it's just a junkyard bottom end, but we did stick a little bit of money into it, new bearings and ARP rod bolts, head studs, stuff like that. And got a few things that we're going to do to it while we're in it as well, since we got a little bit of time. We got 2 months, guys, so a little over 2 months actually. So we got plenty of time. Let's not wait till the last minute this time. I don't want to be working in the pits on a vehicle again. So we're going to try and bust it in high gear here. All right, we'll catch you guys over there. My dad will be back, load this up. We'll head over there, tear it apart, and hopefully we'll have some information for you on what happened, and maybe I'll tell you what we're going to do going forward. All right, so we're over here at my brother's shop. Went ahead and tore everything off the top, obviously, intake. I did take the rockers off, and we were trying to find the problem, and I think Jason found it. This was an oil pump that I had, which was a milling pump, and I don't know if the bolts, we didn't touch the oil pump, we'll put it that way, but the cover, all these bolts, Jason hasn't used a wrench at all, and they were all loose. So whether it wasn't sucking or was just pushing out the oil, either way, that's where our loss of oil pressure was, because looking back at the dyno runs, it had 70 pounds and then just kept continually going down from there each run that we made. So we're going to go ahead and tear the rest of this down, and Jason, you need more power, do we?
Yep.
Jason says we need more power. So I'm thinking at this point we're going to probably get a Brian Tooley cam. We're going to replace this oil pump with a brand new 18% higher volume pump. And then probably just do a little bit of port work on the head, just ourselves, not getting anything fancy. Port those out a little bit, and then we'll re-dyno it and see what we got there. So next is Death Trap. We got to tear that one apart, and I think that one's going to be the one that's going to have some, hopefully not serious issues, but it's going to have something, I can guarantee you. But yeah, like I said, there's the issue. So Phoenix's issue is found. Now we got the next one. We're going to leave the video there, guys. As you've seen, we got the motor torn down. We did take off a rod, and actually the crank is a little bit scored up. Not bad. Probably could polish it out, but we got a couple other cranks up on the shelf. So we'll just grab another 5.3 stock crank, throw that bad boy in there. Again, get that Brian Tooley cam in there. Also go ahead and do that head porting work, match up the intake to the heads, do all that standard stuff you do if you actually had time, and we do. So remember, next video, we're going to pull the motor on the Death Trap. Hopefully, like I said, I'm praying that there is good news on that motor. And remember, if you want a chance to win the fender off the Death Trap, head on over to the website, boosted.ride.com. Get yourself a shirt. I'm not even a good merch supporter. I try not to get my stuff dirty. I wear it for all the events, but you know, grab a shirt, grab a keychain, grab a poster, and like I said, every dollar spent will get you an entry into winning that fender, and then we'll go from there, guys. Like I said, let's hope for the best. Comment down below. Prayers for the Death Trap motor, because guys, I want to be at Florida and I want to kick some ass down there. So, all right, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.